Expensive fetchlands and excessive card draw. These are the problems plaguing Legacy. If you are not familiar with Legacy, I highly recommend watching Daddy's last video. Speaking of which, after the last spanking, the Legacy metagame was looking great because Opposition Agent and especially Hullbreacher were very abundant. And this is important because Opposition Agent hurts fetchlands, and less fetchlands in the metagame means less dual lands in the metagame, which means less bankruptcy. But perhaps even more important, Hullbreacher, which hurts card draw. And so many blue decks in Legacy have too much card draw, and it takes so much time and it's so repetitive because all the cards basically do the exact same thing. And Hullbreacher was seeing so much play last week that it appeared that the Legacy metagame was saved. But then this weekend rolls around, and quite tragically, in the most recent Legacy Challenge tournament, these amazing cards only saw main deck play in one deck out of 31. That's so sad, which is why we must save the Legacy metagame with Daddy's new masterpiece. It is extremely fast. We obviously have both Opposition Agent and Hullbreacher, and ideally we'll get them out in turn 1 using these chunky lands along with Lotus Petal. That seems like an unlikely task, but we have a secret weapon, and that is Once Upon a Time. We can play it for free if it's our first spell, and let's just look at the top 5 cards of our library and grab either a creature or land. With 7 of these chunky boys in our deck, they're pretty easy to find, but we also have many creatures because we're also a show and tell deck. It lets us put a creature into play, which is why we're packing the big boys. But the downside of show and tell is that our opponent also gets to put something into play. So perhaps even better than show and tell is Arcane Artisan. It's a bit complicated, but on the following turn for 3 mana, we draw a card and we exile a creature from hand, making a token of that creature. The downside is that when Arcane Artisan goes to Jesus, we lose a token on the next end step. But if we're big brain and we activate the ability on our opponent's end step, we keep the token through our next turn. And with Emrakul and Griselbrand, 1 turn is all we need. But if our deck wasn't punishing enough, we also have Chalice. It feels really good having a blue deck that does not rely on card draw. As cray-cray as our deck is, we gotta watch out for them blue counter decks, which is why to back up our explosive turn 1 play, we have Force of Will, which counters the spell while we're tapped out, as well as Daze. We can also play Daze while we're tapped out, but we'll need an island out to do so. If we can protect our explosive turn 1 play, then we basically win. And if not, then not so much. But against extra troublesome decks, we have sideboard answers. Against creature decks, we have Plague Engineer, and against graveyard decks, Leyline of the Void. Then there's Sorcerer's Spyglass. It stops activated abilities like Oko and Caracas, and my favorite, Cavern of Souls. Because counter decks can be a huge problem for us, we can use Cavern to make our creatures uncounterable, naming either Merfolk or Human, and we can even find it with Once Upon a Time. And lastly, our sideboard has 1 extra Chalice of the Void. That is the deck, but will it be enough to save the Legacy metagame? That we must find out. So let's get to that gameplay. This is only Daddy's second Legacy video, so if you want to see more Legacy, you can let me know by subscribing. But without further ado, here's the gameplay, and I hope you enjoy. Oh, opening hand. If all goes well, we'll have a turn 2 big boy. So yeah, we're keeping. Play land and pass. Oh, and it's a red deck. They're screwed. And a Force of Will. This is fantastic. Show and tell. Grizzle or Emrakul. It's a hard decision. Grizzle is safer with the life gain, but Emrakul's sexier. We'll play Emrakul. And they put a land into play. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh, another land. What is this? Lava Spike? Chain Lightning? Lightning Bolt. Nice try. Because now it's time to clap. Sacrifice 6 permanents. Hooray. But maybe they have a trick up their sleeve. Nope. Gosh, I think we're healing Legacy already. I'm going into game 2. We're gonna mix things up. Bring in Plague Engineers, and with that, let's go to game 2. Oh, what is this? No. What is this? No. Ah, whatever. Fine, we'll keep. But we might be in trouble. Opponent suspends Riftbolt. We'll land. Okay. Now pass back. Riftbolt comes down. Lava Spike. Another Lotus Petal. We'll just pass back for now. Oh, Vexing Devil. We either let them have the 4/3 or we take 4 damage. We'll take the 4 damage. Might as well throw out Agent, and dang. It will also play Force of Will if we need to, though. Swing for 3 and pass back. Wanna play Lava Spike? Lava Spike. I mean, if we play Force of Will here, we'll be within bolt range. But if we don't play Force of Will here, we can't use Tomb. He's hard. I guess we'll take it like Mama. Down to 2. And Fire Blast for 4 damage, so they have us. You know, it's a good thing they won that game, because we wouldn't want to spank them too hard, you know? So game 3, no change to sideboard. And this hand isn't so good. I mean, it could be good, but it's not. So Mole. Alright, Mole. This is more like it, yes. We will accept these terms. It was a close game, but I get spanked. And what do you know, our opponent concedes. Man, it just feels so good making Legacy a better place. But the healing mustn't stop here. May there be more healing in the next match. Opening hand, if we can just hit 1 land, and we're in pretty good shape, but we don't have a chunky creature for these, so I think we'll mull. And a bit iffy, but we'll make it work. Oh, Dark Ritual. Oh no, Chalice on 1. They got us. Ooh, and muy grande. So we have options. We'll fetch and pass back. They're probably so happy to see that we're a blue deck. They're like, dang, Chalice on 1 really hurts their draw spells. Opponent passes, but Hullbreacher, land, swing for 3, and pass back. Oh, opponent will be passing back. How about Opposition Agent and Tomb? Cool. Swing for 6. Impact opponent. They play City of Traitors and ooh, Griselbrand. They're probably not a reanimate deck, but instead a curse deck, which means our show and tell could backfire. So to play it safe, we'll just swing for 6, putting them at 5, and let's see what they do. Oh, they concede. And going into game 2, we're gonna bring in Spyglass for Chalice, and with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand is interesting. Potentially turn 1 Artisan, so we'll keep. And indeed, they are a curse deck. There are a couple of enchantments we gotta watch out for, but I think we should be able to outspeed them. Force of Will, nice. Once upon a time. No lands, eh? At the very least, we can pitch Hullbreacher to Force of Will. So I'll pass back. Chromox blocks to ramp, okay. For Trinisphere, that would make Force of Will 3 more to cast, but I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll let it hit. Another Force of Will. Play Arcane Artisan, and pray they have no removal. Oh, shoot. All right, let's try and regroup. Ooh, that good. We're short of land, so pass back. Oh, opponent passes back. And nice Artisan, but still no land. And opponent just passes. Shoot, we pull Lotus Petal, but Trinisphere makes it cost 3, so we're passing back. And opponent passes back. Hooray, a land. Let's try this again. And if they don't have removal here, oh, they be in trouble. Ooh, City of Traitors. So on their end step, they gonna get spanked. Opponent goes end step. Arcane Artisan, throwing down Emrakul. Now back on our turn. Come on, don't concede. Don't concede. No! Oh, I wanted to attack so badly. But I suppose their butt cheeks were just too sore. So be on to the next spanking. Opening hand, very close, but I think we can do better. We'll mull. Ooh, it wouldn't be bad if we could draw something good. All right, fine, we'll keep. Opponent plays an island. And ooh, Chalice. But what are the odds of a basic island in hand? What deck would have that? Would it be Karn Echoes? In which case, Chalice on 1 does nothing, but Chalice on 0 does a lot. Okay, I have an idea. Well, they're not Karn Echoes. They stifle. We don't want to lose that land, so counter. Oh, and they counter. Okay, that's fine. Chalice on 1. Hooray, and pass back. Ooh, it's blue-red. And this good, I suppose. Try for Artisan. Please, no Daze. Hooray. Uh-oh. Narset. And they put a lightning bolt in hand, but Chalice. All right. Once upon a time, shoot. Pass back. This time they find Sylvan Library and an Arcanist. So they're definitely teamer. Meh. Pass back. Opponent passes back. And finally a land. So we can't draw here. So we'll play another. And then hope for another land. Oh, surprise. Opponent passes. Hullbreacher pass. And guess what? Opponent passes. Force of Will. Nice. Pass back. Oh, but opponent passes. And finally, we'll make a move on their turn. Opponent goes to end step. They have 8 cards in hand. They obviously have counter. So we'll activate Arcanist. Another Chalice. And I'll put out Hullbreacher. What they gonna do about that? Oh, nothing. And who was Griselbrand? We gotta take out Narset first. So at Narset, they chump. And then pass back. Oh, Wasteland. Okay, very, very risky here. Float blue. And then Grizzle Daddy. And there's a concede. So hooray. I'm going into game 2. We're gonna play it safe. Bringing Cavern and Chalice. And what the hell? Let's go to game 2. Opening hand, 2 cities. That's not good. Even though everything else is. We could just top a land and it's good. All right, fine, we'll keep. Opponent draws a Ponder. Come on, Daddy needs a land. Oh, fine. Pass it back. Opponent plays Arcanist. Do we counter? No. Land? Oh, that works. Oh, you know, to be extra safe in case they have Daze, play another city. And then show and tell. They play Force of Will. We shall Force of Will. No. That hurts my butthole. Well, they're down to 1 card in hand, and we'll need a second land. They attack so they can play Ponder again. Narset. So even if we get Grizzle out, we wouldn't be able to draw any cards. And oh my gosh. Whatever, we'll pass back. They draw a Ponder, and use Narset to find another Ponder. Third Herd lets them play another Ponder. And a Wasteland. Oh boy. Well, let's go to game 3. Opening hand, kinda risky. We'll give it a try. Once upon a time, finding Ancient Tomb, nice. So Chalice, it hits. Wow. That is unexpected. And opponent be passing. I suppose we'll go for Hullbreacher. Try for it now. Okay. Oh, opponent be passing. Discarding Dreadhorde. All right. Swing for 3. And is it worth putting Chalice on 2? Probably not. You can instead go Once Upon a Time. Try and hit another Hullbreacher or something. Yeah, we'll go with that. Opponent finds another land. So will they fetch? They must be wondering if we have Opposition Agent. And they not fetching. I guess we'll go Once Upon a Time. Cavern would be useful, but so is Artisan. We'll take Artisan. Well, first swing. They take it and then play Artisan. That gets the Force of Will. So that'll be back for opponent. They play another fetch and fire one of them. Then fires the second one. Playing Uro, but they can't draw. How wonderful. Ooh, and Force Negation, because now we have exactly 5 mana to cast it. Swing for 3. And pass back. What is these? Arcanist. I don't think that's a problem. Yeah, another Force of Will. Swing for 3. They don't chump. Interesting. They play another land. Oh, what? Sylvan Library. So on the draw set, they can draw 2 more cards and then pay 4 life for each one, but Hullbreacher? So, sure. And it's back to us. Another Force of Will. Swing for 3. Still no chump from them. And what, they choose not to draw? I wonder why. And we draw City of Traitors, play it, just in case they have Daze, and then swing for 3. And what? No chump. They're like Uros in graveyard, and they just need 1 more card in graveyard to bring it back, although they are missing a second green source. But whatever, we'll pass back. Wanna be passing back? Lotus Petal, why not? Swing for 3. Now they chump, and there's a concede. How sad was that? I mean, happy for us, but sad for opponents. So now it's on to the next match. Opening hand is almost good, but no land and no big creature, so we'll have to mull. And alright, this is most sexy. Come on, Daddy needs a land. City of Traitors, okay. Play Underground Sea and pass back. Full Mox Diamond, and they be ramping, but we be ramping as well. Play Artisan, and pass back. On plays Library, and ooh, Green Sun Zenith, so they be searching for Dryad Arbor, but we're still looking pretty good. An Opposition Agent, nice. Any options here? Will our opponent draw 2 more cards? Yeah, they lose 8 life. Will opponent plays Thalia. Should we fire off now? They're 1 land away from field being online. Yeah, it's time for Grizzle Daddy. Oh, and there's a concede. How unexpected. Going into game 2, it's tempting to bring in the Plague Engineers, but I think for now, let's bring in Spyglass. And with that, we'll go to game 2. Opening hand, not the craziest. We could hit something with Once Upon a Time, so I suppose we'll keep. Opponent plays land and passes. Daze cool. Emrakul. We'll go land, and once upon a time, nothing special. Emrakul or Grizzle? I guess Grizzle's better. And okay, pass back. Thorn Amethyst. How about no? Okie dokie, now they have 3 cards in hand. Another Griselbrand. Ooh, Thalia. I suppose that's fine. And perfect, Arcane Arcanist. Full Wyatt. What? Opponent concedes? Was the spanking really that strong? I mean, kind of. So, it's on to the next match. Opening hand, we have turn 1 Chalice, or turn 1 Agent. So we'll keep. Oh, opponent fetches already. Ooh, MP Delver. This could be tricky. Okie dokie, Tomb, Petal, and Chalice. Do they have a Force of Will? Oh, Force of Negation. This is probably our toughest matchup, because they have 10 counter spells that don't cost anything. Oh, and a Wasteland. Our cheeks are getting clapped left and right. Another Wasteland. Okay, fine, we'll get a basic. Oh, and once upon a time that hurts. Alright, play a land, and pass back. Opponent going after our land. So, Agent. Oh, and it's Daze. Okay. Well, they have us. We're going to game 2. Going into game 2, we're bringing an anti-counter, as well as Plague Engineers for Delver. And with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand's not the craziest, but it'd be alright. We'll keep. On to be fetching. They attempt Delver. So, Daze. Will they use Force of Will? Yeah. We could use a Force of Will of our own. Maybe we should just try and bounce with Brazen later. Yeah, we'll wait. Whole land. Play a land and pass. Delver doesn't flip yet. Oh, and they have Wasteland. Another Delver. Alright, we'll get another basic. Another island and pass back. And still no Delver flips. We could bounce, but I think we're better off waiting. Lotus Petal. If we play Cavern here, we'll go with the Wasteland. So we'll see if we can draw out the Wasteland from them with Tropical Island. Yes. We could go Hullbreacher as well. And if they have Daze, we have Lotus Petal. Yeah, I think we will. Then use Cavern for Borrower. Oh, it hits. Never mind. Do we save it? Probably gonna regret this. Force Will. So Hullbreacher survives. And miraculously, still no Delver flip. Oh, another Wasteland. Pyromancer. Oh my gosh. We need Plague Engineer so badly. Please. Please. No. Alright, fine. That's bad. And still no Delver flip. Okay, we'll fetch. Please just fire the Wasteland. Okay. Once upon a time. Really could use that Plague Engineer. Shoot, I guess we'll fire it now. No Plague Engineer. That's a bummer. Alright, so we'll pass back. Please not flip. No, it flipped. That hurts. Arcane Artisan. We'd be so low on life, but it's worth a shot. And now pass back. Disease. A Brainstorm. And a Daze. So they're making them tokens, which means even if we block 2, 7 goes through and they have lethal. No. We were so close to getting out of that one. And where were our Plague Engineers? Oh my gosh. Why, Magic Gods? Why? But we had a good run. So 4-1 overall. I was really hoping to go 5-0, but the important thing is that we made Legacy a better place. Our deck is very strong when it works, but it's also very fragile. So if you have any suggestions on how to improve the deck, you can let me know in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see more Legacy content. But for now, that is all. And as always, I hope you have a great day.